Good evening, everyone. Grizz Skids and Pushy here, kicking off round one of the Street Series with the Swarm Pack in our partnership with Swarm. We've got our drivers ready. We had our drivers meeting about an hour ago. Everyone is raring to go. I hear engines revving in the parking lot, in the pits. We've got everything going. So here's our D-cell map for the night. As you can see, we got a quick D-cell into the first outer zone and a big sweeping outside zone to kick off the section of the track into a kind of a snatching inner clip to switch right back around to an outer zone 2. And as the outer zone 2 tapers in a little bit, cars will naturally decel, but there is a decel zone through the touch and go and right around, cutting off the drivers that need to get back on throttle right at inner clip 2 and take out the rest of the track and finish it off. So I'm excited to get this one going. A huge shout out to Geronimo Designs for hooking us up with what we needed for the track to get everything going. But Push, you want to kick us off on the basic rules for tonight?
Yep. So 2 driver battles head to head. Battles will consist of 2 runs. Judges will determine a winner based off line, angle, and style. 3 judges. Who are those 3 judges?
Those 3 judges tonight, we have Gavin, Blue Hawk, and Hazem. So our lead driver is going to need to run that ideal line, make the run followable for the chase, and follow the momentum map like we just showed you just a little bit ago.
And then the chase. Maintain close proximity, match or better the lead run, and do not hit the leader. Bad. Not good. Don't do that.
No, not good.
But get really close to him though. We like that though. Just don't hit him.
Rub him, rub his door.
Yeah.
But now I think we're ready to get into it. Our drivers are ready. Group 1 is in the server. And I think it's time to call up our first battle, which is going to be between CDT Omar Bagdali against Slammed. And I hear some moving up to the server. They're Slammed in that they're Safaro, excuse me. I'm probably saying that wrong. And then here's Omar in that YD36 ready to go.
Omar, one to watch here. I was driving with him the other night. Very, very good driver.
Absolutely. We're ready to go here. As the lights go down, we're off. Flick into the first outer zone. Omar is right on that line and Slammed is right on his door as they go into the inner clip. Slammed diving in on that door of the E36 of Omar. Oh, shallowing up a little bit to Surge as they finish out the second part, the last inner clip and across the line.
Yeah, an overall clean run there. Both drivers doing what they had to do. I think the chase driver had to make a sacrifice there in that last little hairpin spot not to hit Omar. So I think the judges might not deduct hard on that, but a good run nonetheless. And we're going to see the second one here as both drivers are up to the line. So we have Slammed in the lead, Baghdadi in the chase. Big run up. Oh, contact on initiation. Will that cause Slammed to make a mistake there? But Omar not giving any room to make mistakes as they go into the second half of this battle. Beautiful outside zone. Both drivers into this touch and go, into this inner clip and over the line.
Overall, pretty good battle. I think Omar has a little bit of advantage here, but we'll have to see what the judges say and see which way the cards slide.
I will have to agree with you on that. I think that even if we look back, to hear. I think Omar maybe with the contact in the in his chase run maybe could be a tipping factor in this battle. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it could. You know, I also think Slammed had a little bit of inconsistency and wavering in angle at certain times in the outer zones. However, Omar, let's watch this. See, I don't know if there was any contact on initiation. It looks like he was right next to him, but it doesn't look like he impeded Slammed at all in his initiation. So I don't know if the judges are going to throw up any deductions for that. Overall, Omar had a fantastic lead. He was locked in 100% of the way. He was our top qualifier. I expected nothing less, if I'm being honest. And Slammed coming in as a backup driver, filling in a slot for someone who couldn't make it. Great lead run. A little bit lacking in angle in some spots in the chase. He had to surge up quite a bit, but as you just saw in the bottom right screen, Omar had to surge there a little bit as well. But if I'm breaking it down fairly, Slammed looked like you could hear it. He left off throttle in that outer zone for a little bit and then pushed back in. So ultimately, we do have a call, and the judges have all three gone with Omar. So Omar Baghdadi will move on to round 2, the top 16. But up right now, we have Nbish against TDR Keef. So one of our own against TDR Keef.
Nbish, I heard he's one of those Shadowrealm hooligans.
He is. He's driving this nice teal E46, excuse me. And TDR Keef in that JZX 100. So we got a blue battle going on here, it looks like.
A battle, Euro versus Japanese, JDM. Who will come out on top? But we're gonna have Nbish here in the lead. TDR Keef in the chase. Wow, lacking proximity here. May be called an inactive run. And I think we might be seeing that called from the judges. But nonetheless, they're going to finish out this run. Oh, don't hit him. And over the line.
Got the contact away, thankfully. So,
yeah.
Won't be any deductions there, but that was yeah, borderline inactive chase. I do agree with you.
Yeah, I think, especially coming out of that first zone into that second zone, he only really caught up to him on the D cell. So, yeah, I'm not 100% certain, but if I were a judge, I would probably be calling that an inactive chase.
Well, let's see how the second half of this one plays out. All right, TDR Keef taking off here. Nbish in the chase. Looks like a clean initiation. Nbish getting closer to that door and definitely maintaining proximity. And TDR Keef putting that tire on the white line in that outer zone too. Doing a good job wrapping it around here as they flick back towards this touch and go and final inner clip. Looks like TDR Keef might have dropped a tire back there, but
I think Nbish knew.
We didn't have the good angle. The judges have a good like over the top view that they can see everything go down. But we already have a call. You wanna let them know?
I'm currently with the setup. I can't get to the judge's
Oh,
chat.
I got you. Okay, no worries. Pushy is working on or is working with the bare bones setup right now. But Nbish is going to be taking that one. So Nbish will be moving on to battle Omar Baghdadi in the first round of the top 16. But we got to get through the rest of the top 32 first. And up next is Bad Future Serene and Noah STX.
Ooh, another Shadowrealm hooligan.
We got Bad Future Serene in the lead and Noah in the chase.
2 E36s over here.
A lot of E36 action going down.
All right, well, here we go. Bad Future Serene in the lead. Noah STX. Big initiation coming out from Serene. Holding that line, maybe going one off. Perfectly hitting that inner clip, but oh no! Did you see a lag out?
Yeah, it seemed like something there.
Well, Bad Future is Serene is going to cross the line. Not sure what happened with no
Let me
STX there.
check
It
the
looked like
chat.
he may have lagged out, but
He said his game froze, so that's a technical issue that unfortunately we can't do anything about. So
yeah.
Unfortunate series of events here for Noah.
Yeah.
That is video game BS, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Is what we like to call that.
That is getting boned by a Seto. Oh, and add insult to injury, we're going to be going back to watch one more time as no STX lags out of the server. Or of the game. Maybe it's PC.
He said the game froze and then he went back to pit, so. But we'll run the second half of this. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, you never know.
And we are off, hoping for good hardware here. Noah throws it into the first outer zone. And Bad Future Serene right on him. As they go around through the second outer zone. Looks like we're good so far. Locked in door to door. Bad Future Serene laying down a fantastic chase. Noah, great lead run, but not going to be enough to make up for the unfortunate technical error. So I believe
and the
Bad Future
technical
Serene is
issue.
going to be moving on. And that is the call. Bad Future Serene moving on to the top 16.
You know, in real life, we blow engines. In virtual reality, our game freezes. You know, it's just the way of the road.
Yep. It's the way it goes, unfortunately. Up next, Drifting Magic's Max Yeager against Bun Shiesty from Shadowrealm. And we are off. Suspension bouncing all the way as we go into the first outer zone. Bun Shiesty, a little bit of extra angle there causes him to fall back a little bit. Gonna have to dive into the second outer zone. He does it again. Max Yeager is locked in here in this lead, though. He's got it all together. Fantastic lead to start it off with. But Bun Shiesty's gonna have to get that fox body in line here.
Yeah, overall, not a terrible run. I definitely agree.
Not a bad run.
I think Bun is going to need to really Applebee's Max Yeager here, but we'll see what they
Or
do
hope
up
for a
in this next
mistake.
run.
You're gonna
Maybe.
have to hope for one, but I don't know if he's gonna get one here.
I don't know. Max Yeager seems to be a very competitive driver here, but as we're off, big initiation from Bun, but going off track there in that outer zone, hitting this inner clip, coming into the second outer zone. Very fluid, very nice outer zone here as they come into this D-cell, outer touch and go into this inner clip. Little bit of tappage on the door there, and we're over the line.
And we are over the line.
I don't know. What do you think?
And,
I think.
let's take a peek at the side by side and see what we have going on here, because the first outer zone I think was better done by, well, I don't know. See, there was a little like I didn't see it during the live round, but in the replay, it looked like Max kind of shallowed up an angle and took off towards the first center clip a little bit. However, Bun Shiesty over-angled a couple of times, causing him to slow up. And so, you know, trouble on both ends, I think, in that first run. I think in run 2, Bun goes 2 tires off there in that first outer zone. And that's going to be a big mistake that the judges are not going to overlook. So... ultimately, I don't know. My question for you, Pushy, is do you think this is OMT territory? I don't necessarily think so, but I want to know what you think.
I think if Bun didn't go 2 tires off, I think honestly it probably would have gone to an OMT just because, yes, there was a little bit of a lack of proximity from Bun, but Jaeger was having to make some sacrifices to keep up with Bun in his run. So I mean, the judges will also look at that too. But I mean, it's the debate. Is it better to stay online and be a car length, or is it better to cut line and be door to door?
Well, the drivers were briefed about that in the drivers meeting from the judges, and so they know what to see, they know what to do. But we have a call, and the judges are doing an OMT for this one, saying bobbles and corrections, both an outside zone 1, tire drops from Max and at the touch and go and end of the track, and there were sacrifices from both due to mistakes from both. Split decision overall. Run it again.
Oh, there you go. We were both wrong.
Both wrong.
That is just the way it goes.
And here we are for this OMT. Let's see if we lock in a little bit, and it appears to be locked in from both drivers appear to be locked in a little bit better for this second. Wow, second outer zone as they move in through. I lost my whole train of thought there. Because we are locked in bumper to bumper transitions. Bun Shiesty over angling, causing the shallow up. That's a huge mistake.
Oh no.
Oh man.
That's major. I think if Max Jaeger knows that that is a major mistake at the end, if he knows that he doesn't have to do a whole lot, he just needs to stay in the pocket here.
Yeah, just stay in the pocket. Stay in the pocket, run the line, be close, but you don't have to do anything crazy here. So it's going to be interesting.
But will he be a stylistic driver and do it for the giggles? Let's find out as Bun Shiesty enters into this first outer zone, keeping all 4 tires on track this time, into this inner clip, into the second outer zone. Both drivers keeping perfect proximity. Chase drivers keeping perfect proximity, excuse me. And over the line, overall, great run. I think Max Jaeger was playing a little bit of catch up.
I don't necessarily think so. I think Max Jaeger was playing it safe, and that's exactly what he needed to do to win this. And the judges agree. All 3 move to Max Jaeger from Drifting Magics. Moving on to the
if
top
that
16.
last section wouldn't have... I'm going to think about that when I go to bed tonight. It was so perfect.
Now it's time for Group 2 to hop on in here. So we're going to have Diaz W86, NK Lost Boy. Where did my camera go? I'm lost. I'm the Lost Boy. Let's see here. NK Lost Boy, Ferbs, I'm Kinda Panda, MAE86, Uncle Miz, Criticos, and NK Doorbanger. Enter the server right now.
Do the thing.
For your battles, and then we will get this going off with the first battle of Diaz W86 and Night King's Lost Boy. So if you gentlemen want to make your way to the line, we won't kick you off until everyone gets in the server and we make sure no lag has happened on that level.
Just excuse me a second. I gotta grab my phone charger before it dies.
You're okay. I think we are missing 2 drivers. in the server. We need them to join. I know we have Lost Boy and Diaz here. We need Furbs, I'm Kinda Panda, MA86, Uncle Miz, Criticos, and Night King's Doorbanger. I believe we need an Uncle Miz. I know we need an Uncle Miz. Well, there's an Uncle Miz in the Corvette. Okay. And I believe I think we should be good to go here. We are off with Diaz W86 against Night King's Lost Boy here. Diaz in the big stage, flying through this first outer zone. Night King's Lost Boy in his shadow as they go through outer 2. Lost Boy surging forward a little bit, losing angle, not really staying in the pocket, but dives into the pocket as they finish out the second half of the track, the little tight section here. So definitely great 100% effort from both drivers in that run.
Oh, okay, I'm back.
And looks like drivers are making their way back to the starting line. And it looks like one driver pitted.
Uh-oh.
So Diaz, you are free to pit if you would like to do so.
Wait, was this in the driver's meeting? Oh no. Yeah.
Looks like he does not want to. We're good to go.
You need to listen. All right, and we got Lost Boy, big entry, filling all of that zone, hitting that inner clip perfectly. But Diaz not far behind in that big body Stegia. And Lost Boy coming through into that decel zone perfectly. Just bumper bumping that inner clip. I don't know if he could have got any closer.
I don't know. Definitely a good run. Interesting battle between these two cars. Such a big-bodied four-door against a little coupe. But overall, I think I'm leaning towards Diaz a little bit, if I'm being honest. I think there was a huge lack of angle coming out of Lost Boy in that second outer zone where it started to taper in. He surged in a little bit in the middle of the zone, losing angle, kind of dropping back, whereas Diaz held that angle the entire time. So I think the judges are going to take that into consideration to some degree, but Diaz kind of dives in a little bit in the second part of the run in his chase, kind of leaves a little bit of a gap to begin. And, you know, I wonder if that was a strategic play and what the strategy was, if it was, or if he just, you know, missed the light a little bit. Hard to tell, but I know the judges are deliberating, watching their angles, and deciding who is going to move on out of this first run of the Group 2. So round 1, we're here at ACS Sebring. Round 2 coming up on March 22nd. We're going to be going over to Speedway Music Park. And I'm excited about that track. I love that track. It's so fun to watch drivers battle it out there. And then oh, knew we were going to have that. Okay. Manny, if you could let Panda have that car, have the SC, and then whenever he's done with his battle, if he can hop into it, and then we can get that going, if you don't mind. But round 3, we come home to Shadow Valley Layout A on April 5th. So we'll be wrapping up this Street Series in the spring. And moving on to part 2, the Pro-Am series, which will give y'all all the information you need to know about that whenever it is time. But right now, we need to go back to our battles in this round 1 Street Series. And we have 1 vote from 1 judge going Diaz and 2 going OMT. So we will see these drivers hit it again.
We go again.
We go again.
All right, it'll be interesting to see the first run this time.
Oh yeah, you missed the you missed it. But so we will see these gentlemen get this battle done here. We got Diaz in the lead again against Night King's Lost Boy.
Yes, that is a very, very heavy car. I'm thoroughly surprised at how he's throwing that thing around and keeping up with some of these later cars. But they're out here.
Failure to initiate, maybe. And off track.
Maybe even a little bit of opposite drifts there. Might have to go frame for frame for that. That's far-fetched. But these guys will finish out this run here, and we will see what happened.
Interesting. Definitely out of character for Diaz. He's always got, he's been laying down heater runs ever since we got the server up. So, maybe a technical issue. I already had one of those tonight, so it could be a disease spreading to everyone.
Oh no.
We don't need that. Oh, happy birthday, Apex. Didn't know that. Happy birthday, brother. We'll have to give you some extra luck for your run later on. All right, and we kick it off. We got Lost Boy in the lead and Diaz in the chase. Diaz diving in this outer one, trying to make up for those shortcomings in his lead. And locked to the door of Lost Boy in outer 2, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so. He's going to have to hope for a mistake here, and I don't think he's going to get one because he made contact in the D cell there. So,
yeah, I think that's going to be chalked up here. Good tries though on both sides.
A quick call from the judges: 3 votes to Lost Boy. The Lost Boy will be moving to the top 16.
And we will see another driver be voted off the island.
Now we have Burbs going up against I'm Kinda Panda, who should have their car now. Yep, just loaded in.
I'm Kinda Panda and Burbs.
Burbs, and that's all Teza here. I'm Kinda Panda, I believe, in the SC300.
Ooh, got the SC3.
And he is making his way up to the line in the distance.
Look at the wang on that thing.
Low wang, but a big wang.
Wang gang.
Furbs and I'm Kinda Panda nice and sideways into this first outer zone. Panda leaving a little bit of distance. And Furbs kind of taking off here a little bit. This Panda tapers it in almost a little bit too much in that second outer. But nice and cleanly finishes out the run, leaving a little bit left on the table maybe.
I think Panda made a couple mistakes there at the end that are going to really affect his score in that chase, but we'll have to see. As these drivers get ready to go again, this time reverse order. And here we go. I'm kind of Panda in the lead. Furbs in the chase. Let's see what these boys can do. I'm kind of Panda gapping Furbs off the line, staying tight onto that white line. Couldn't see, but maybe one off. Hitting that inner clip into this outer touch and go on the line. Perfect angle, perfect speed as he comes into this decel. Big decel there into this inner clip and over the line.
Really hanging it out there. Looked good. It was a nice lead run from Panda there.
Very nice.
And good lead from Burbs there in his run too. I mean, the big pointer here is the gap in run 2 off the jump. And you know, is that going to be something the judges look to the angle of the lead car, or is that going to be looking off the the start of the jump? Hard to tell. Definitely a scale tipper moment there, I think, in my opinion. But there are a couple things to nitpick about these runs, but overall I think that's going to be the biggest thing that the judges make a decision on here, is that gap off the jump in run 2.
I think that gap off the jump there is a big one, but I also think Bun in his chase at the end of the track may have straightened up Bun.
Bun isn't driving this round.
Bun isn't driving. Panda. I don't know why I had Bun in my mind. I'm still upset about that last outer zone, I think, or that last touch and go. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Panda may have straightened out a little bit at the end of the track, and I think
could have, but we've got a call. So we've got 1 vote going to Furbs and 2 going to Panda there. So Panda will be moving to the top 16, and needs to hop out of that car so MA86 can get in there. And then because we have MA86 going against Uncle Miz right now.
Uncle Miz, the backup driver, was 33rd in the seeding. So this will be an exciting turn of events here.
Got Uncle Miz pulling up to the line. We're going to give MA86 just a minute here to load into the server. First sight of the Z06 tonight. And you'll be seeing it a couple of times. I think we've got 4 or 5 drivers in the Z06 this evening. So. Here comes MA86 in the same SC300 as Panda was in. They're sharing cars right now.
They did.
Well, here we go. We have an all Shadowrealm battle here. And they're locked in. We got Manny, MA86 in the lead here. Uncle Miz in the chase. Dive into the door, Manny in the second outer zone. Manny running a great lead line here. Filling all the zones. Uncle Miz diving in there a little bit. Getting a little bit aggressive as they finish out this run. Quite the chase out of Uncle Miz, and a great lead, because you can't have a good chase without a good lead. So
this will be a next battle to watch. Definitely this whole run. I think in the chase, Miz was sacrificing angle to stay on May's door. So I think that might be a watch point for this next battle. But we have both the drivers at the line. Uncle Miz in that Z06 Corvette C5. MA86. That's a tongue twister. Into the outer zone, inner clip. Uncle Miz putting down a heater of a run, but 80-86, not giving him room. And through this last zone, I don't know, you think that's a decider there, Grizz?
Oh man, that was quite the chase, and the judges. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say because I think I was in the mind of the judges. All 3 votes are sliding to MA86 on that one, and I think I know why. I think it was consistency of the chase, and also Uncle Miz dropped a couple in that touch and go, that final touch and go before the last center clip. I think it boiled down to that, but I could be wrong. But
yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
We have Criticos from Shadowrealm going against Night King's Doorbanger to finish out Group 2. So Criticos will be in that lead position, and Doorbanger will be in the chase.
Ooh, another Fox body. I don't know who he is, but I'm voting for that guy.
Criticos clean initiation, but Doorbanger banging his door. He's getting into that pocket as they go through outer zone 2. Good amount of left foot brake coming out of the lead there. Over angle and an over rotation.
No. Oh. Criticos.
Unfortunate. That will be fault on Criticos there.
Yeah, I
that
think
over rotation. There was no contact. So.
No, there was no contact, and I drove that Fox body on this track this week, and any slight foot braking you do at that transition point into the decel zone, it just upsets that car, and just loops it automatically. But they're off here. We have Doorbanger in the S13. Big initiation, could have been a little bit deeper in the first section of that outer zone. Both drivers interclip. Criticos, big gap, not really putting on any pressure, and this is what he needs to do if he wants to make Doorbanger make a mistake here. Over rotating at that same spot again as Doorbanger goes over the line. I think this is going to be a pretty clean cut and dry.
Yes.
Chase,
you are correct.
Lead driver zeroed, and then second lead driver did not zero.
You are correct. We will have exactly what you said or expected to happen, and Doorbanger will be moving on to the top 16, taking the win there. But we're into round 3 now, or group 3, excuse me, which is going to consist of Chewy from Shadowrealm, Night King's Skew Drifts, Static Shipbox, Kinetic Legacy, Nexus, Shadowrealm's John Woods, Petty Carl, and LS Jake B. So if you gentlemen would join the server and Chewy and Skew Drifts make your way to the line, we'll get Group 3 kicked off here. As our drivers hop on in here, I know Chewy will be in that S15. I'm not sure what a Skew is in. Oh, John Woods will be in that Z06. And should have a good variety of cars in this group, if I remember correctly.
SR Chewy, I heard that guy is very new to the realm of sim drifting. I heard this is actually maybe his first comp. This may be actually his first time driving.
No.
No?
I don't think you're fooling anyone with that one.
I tried.
I don't think you're fooling anyone with that one.
I was gonna call him the underdog and vote for him. You guys.
And we have a Chewy in.
No, but all jokes aside, Chewy very good driver. We're gonna one to watch tonight. Definitely made leaps and bounds from when we first seen him drifting. The kid is now an animal.
All right. If we could have Chewy and Skew drifts to the line, we'll get this kicked off. Let's not send them quite just yet. Let's hold off for just a moment.
Sit here.
Let's see here.
All these fox bodies in this comp, and I forgot that I could just open the door next to me and look at mine. Doesn't run, guys. Don't worry.
We're waiting on one individual to get in the server. Let's see if they've made it in. Let me take a quick peek here.
See 2 people at the line.
We do have 2 at the line. I want to make sure everyone is in before.
Everyone's in the sub.
Yeah, we don't have anyone joining in the middle. But let's see.
Oh, shit.
Just got a driver having issues getting in for some reason.
Uh-oh. Shouldn't have been. I don't think so.
No. And server's been reset several times today, so it would clear that.
So we are
half of a top 16.
Yeah.
So that's what that's going to look like.
Versus Nbish.
For us a little bit. Why do you
Bad
say it like
future. Nbish. Listen, it's Canadian. Don't. Nbish. Don't hate me. I'm gonna call you Nbish. It's imprinted in my brain. It's been for a long time, and it's probably not gonna change. But it's okay. But we got Nbish versus Omar Baghdadi, Bad Future Serene, Max Yeager, NK Lost Boy, and I'm Kinda Panda, and MAE86 versus Door Banger. I've heard
it's MAE86. You're right.
Yeah, I am right. Voice that no one else can hear.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't do this to me. They only told me it was supposed to get.
I think at this rate, we are ready to go with Chewy and Skew Drifts from Night Kings. So we're just going to go ahead and kick this off. We cannot take up too much time here. So get this going here.
Before the banter gets too wild.
Yeah. And here we go. Chewy with a clean initiation. Skew Drifts diving into the door of Chewy here. As we transition and move to the second outer zone. Both drivers pretty well locked in here. Chewy really filling all of that outer zone, but Skew drifts right on his door throughout all of this. Oh, as they go down around to the bottom of the screen and finish out the run.
I don't know what robotic genetic genes Chewy has, but I don't think I seen him bobble once.
No, it was extremely consistent. That was probably top lead
It
of the night
almost
so far.
looks fake.
Because there were a couple times that I thought he dropped tires, and then I looked at the lines he made, and I was like, no, okay, he didn't. But
He just is robotic. And we will get to see Chewy hopefully slam Skew Drift's door. And he doesn't, oh my god, even tapping his door, he does not fail to put on a good show, but then does something like that. And he totally redeems himself. And he'll finish the run out. The question is who is at fault?
Yeah, there's going to be fault called there, and I believe it is going to be on our own Chewy, if I had to say.
But did Skew make a mistake that caused him to decel there?
That could have happened. You know, our angle is not the best angle. We just give an angle that puts on a good show. We think.
Oh, and we got the Grizz cam.
So we'll see here.
And it's frozen. Oh, now it's working.
There it goes.
And
oh.
it's back. Oh, there.
Okay, so I don't know.
See, the one thing that I'm looking at here is Skew is coming out
is sideways. Chewy is not, and dives in pretty hard. But did Skew over angle there at that point, and would he have made it around the zone? I don't know. I mean, we're just spitballing here, but
because it does look like a lot of angle to be able to stay into that zone. Because, and I mean, Chewy did tap him too.
Let's watch Chewy's lead here and see how much angle Chewy had moving through that area of the track, and see if we can maybe delineate what might have occurred. Interesting. Okay, so maybe an over angle out of the Skew there.
That's like, these aren't the highest horsepower cars, so a mistake like that, if the judges were to call it that, would be amplified just because of the lack of power, the lack of being able to get that forward bite back. And I think that here there is a lot of angle.
He goes on brake too whenever he over angles there. The lead car does go on brake. And in the transition.
Yeah. So it's really, and I think that was something that was talked about in the drivers meeting, right? The sandbagging.
Excessive left foot braking, yes. Excessive left foot braking was spoken about.
The Osbo rule was made for this track.
And braking in areas like left foot braking, drivers were told that left foot braking is okay, but excessive left foot braking and changing of momentum in areas where there's not a momentum change supposed to be occurring should not happen, and that's an area where drivers should be fully on throttle. So I don't know. Judges are definitely discussing.
Yeah. Did he park it? I think that is the question.
The question.
What does everyone think? Maybe not over angle, but was at a lot of angle? Nowhere near over angle. The hit beforehand would have put him off. Chewy choked.
A hard decision for the judges here. I don't know. It
is gonna be hard to say.
It's a nail biter.
Yeah. I think we're getting probably multiple angles of this.
Judges are getting multiple angles for sure. They have the whole 9 yards.
Even telemetry data, they got it all. Yeah. They can see throttle, how much brake input, the G forces of the car.
They are
So
actually
it'll be-
so the guy running the replays popped the server or left the server to grab the replay because the judges want a different angle to see what happens. So
And that's sometimes that's just what you have to do. You have to get multiple angles. You really have to look at everything, because we've had competitions where we said it's cut, draw, this over, this is the person that won, and then the judges came back and said no. And then they put it on the screen and they said, okay, look, this person's tires are not even moving at this point in drift. This person got hit. It's way too much deceleration at the end of the day. So
if you watch the screen right now, there's brake lights that pop on in the lead right now, and then off again, and then on again just before contact is made. Chewy is diving in. There's no doubt about that Chewy is diving in. But with the runs that we've seen so far tonight, drivers have been diving into that second outer zone and really not going into angle until just before the zone begins. So,
and that's another thing that I was saying in an earlier run about that left foot braking. I don't know if it's just at low speeds or just at these cars, but left foot braking, I feel that these cars have a lot of brake force, and those front wheels will bite, and when they bite, they will cause you to over rotate. And I mean, with that left foot braking there, maybe could have been the cause of something like that. But then again, we have to look, would that driver have gotten through the zone? I mean, was it a deceleration? Possibly. Chewy hit so sudden that, I mean, it doesn't look... If I were to tip the scales, I would say that maybe Chewy's in the fault here just because of how fast it all happened. But then again, drifting is a sport where everything will happen fast, right? So I don't want to be a judge.
One way to split it all is to do shared fault here, which is honestly maybe what really occurred. I mean, we have a chase driver diving in, and we have a lead driver online, but not necessarily, maybe not necessarily carrying the momentum that they should in that section of the course. So, I don't know. Hard to tell if there is shared fault on run 2. Excuse me. If there is shared fault on run 2, judging would default to run 1. And typically, whenever that happens, you see a lot of OMTs.
Yeah,
So
a lot of OMTs.
A lot of OMTs. So we will see. We're gonna let the judges take their time here and let y'all watch these replays and judge for yourself.
I'm seeing a lot of OMT. I don't want to be the judge. Re-rack it.
And the judges have deemed shared fault and called an OMT, and we have a judge hopping in to explain the call.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah,
Welcome.
give me 1 second. I'm actually gonna load in and show you what exactly we were seeing there.
Okay.
Share my screen 1. Actually, I can't pull the replay. Sorry, but so forgot what the other guy's name was.
Chewy, and we have not Lost Boy, a Skew Drifts.
A Skew Drift. That's the other guy. Okay. So where Chewy contacted a Skew in OZ1, a Skew was actually one tire off in OZ1. So that could have potentially caused the contact there. So we're saying that was kind of shared fault. And then when we get to the second contact that actually ended up with a 0, a Skew taps the brakes in inside clip 1, and then gets on the brakes for a while before Chewy actually makes contact going into OZ1 where the contact, or OZ2 when the contact happens. So because of those brake inputs and the amount of angle that a Skew had going into there, we're deeming it shared fault, opposed to just saying that it was on a Skew for the over angle and brake input, because there was contact from Chewy in OZ1 that could have put him offline to cause them to have to make those adjustments.
Okay.
And we're deeming that first one as a shared thing. So how we ended up with shared fault, and it was looking through the replays, and like you were saying earlier, Boost hopped out and pulled the replay of the run so that we could see it in half speed and different angles, so we could see everything, because that was a hard one.
Yeah, you guys definitely are earning your volunteer hours this week or tonight. So thank you very much for coming up and explaining that. And we will let you get back down there and shortly hop into the OMT battle here.
So, just a little bit of a... Oh, we're off here. We are ready to go. So we got Chewy in the lead here, a Skew in the chase, a Skew on the door of Chewy. Chewy not being a pushover here, hitting all of this outside zone, but a Skew drifts, holding beautiful proximity here into this outer and inner clip.
And out, Chewy drops 2 outside at the very end.
2 at the end.
That's not good. Not good.
Not bueno at all.
Not good for Chewy there, dropping 2 on the outside. So,
just a quick explanation of basically what the judges were saying. The shared fault. So basically, they were saying that a Skew had a little bit too much angle, was on brakes, but Chewy also advanced on him very quick. So that is what leads to a shared fault, where both drivers made a mistake to cause the incident.
a Skew going 1 off in outer 1, but keeping the angle as they come through here through the outer zone 2. Both drivers locking it in, keeping that extra angle, pouring it on for the boys. And a Skew drifts, falling flat on their face and losing drift.
I think he might have either missed a gear on the downshift, or he just bogged it out.
And that, judges have called that one a 0 in the lead for stoppage of drift, and slidden them to Chewy. So Chewy will be moving on for this one. Up next, we have Static Shipbox against Kinetic Legacy. And we are ready to go, and we're going to kick this off. That thing is slammed in the lead here. Kinetic Legacy needing to catch up, but Static Shipbox a little bit of lacking angle in the lead there for a moment. As they throw it through this second outer zone, Static Shipbox really good gap on Kinetic Legacy here. So Kinetic Legacy going to have to put on a show and do something crazy here because that proximity gap between them not favorable. Not favorable for Mr. Legacy. So the static shitbox's car is on the ground. I don't know if you see that. Whenever he gets on throttle, it just slams.
Yeah, that
He's
thing
living
is
up
crazy.
to the name.
Yeah. Which could hurt him, but we're going to go off with static shitbox in the chase. Legacy in the lead. Static shitbox cutting the line a little bit to catch up there. Into this outer zone, shitbox struggling to stay on Legacy's door, but making it there, over-rotating a little bit coming out of that outer zone, but getting back onto Legacy's door as they go over the line. I don't know, both these drivers making quite substantial mistakes, both in their chases. Will we see a battle tonight being won from a lead to lead, and not chase to chase? But then again,
hard to tell. It could be a lead to lead battle here. That could be what we're dealing with. All right, we have a call. We do indeed have a call, and the call is that Kinetic Legacy will be taking that battle. So, moving on.
I think Kinetic might have had was a little bit better put together in his lead run than Static was.
I think so. I think you would be correct, sir. Right now we have Nexus going against John Woods. Good proximity off the jump. A little bit of a lead tire drop there in the outer zone. As they transition through the inner clip to the second outer zone. John Woods diving in to Nexus' door. But Nexus is putting it all out there. John Woods over angle and going 3 off. That's a 0 in the chase.
You hate to see it. John Woods going 3 off.
Unfortunate for Mr. Woods.
Big fat goose egg on the board. But we will get to see if Mr. John Woods can redeem himself. Oh, both these drivers come up to the line. You're going to have that Corvette leading in this run with that S13 not far behind. Big initiation here from John Woods. Could be a little bit more deeper into that zone as they hit this inner clip. Into the second outer zone. Lacking angle, but getting all of that outer zone. Nexus not leaving too much room, but a little bit of a gap throughout the run.
Playing it safe, but I mean, definitely. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no. Go ahead, Grizz.
No. That's my bad. You cut out a little bit through Discord. It threw me off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I'm currently, for everyone at home, I am currently doing this off of a hotspot in a garage. Yeah, Weeball. Basically, I was just going to say that I don't think that, I think he was just playing it safe because obviously John Woods had that 3 off. So, obviously, as long as he doesn't incomplete or doesn't go inactive on his chase, he pretty well has this in the bag.
Pretty well.
What are the judges saying over there?
We got some deliberations going on. So hard to tell. I mean, in my opinion, everything looked fine going through the touch and go in it was John Woods and Nexus. And Nexus's lead, it didn't look like he slowed up in momentum at all outside of where he was supposed to. It looked like he was pretty locked in, and doing the thing, putting the car where it needed to be and being on the throttle when he needed to be. John Woods kind of wavering in angle in some spots. I think there was the huge tire drop is where they're looking at, like for sure. Where right here, as you see on screen, we go through transition. Maybe they're looking at maybe an over angle there in the lead. Let's run it. Yeah. Thank you for running it back there. His Nexus flies through here. I think he's a little bit over and does drop a tire. Does he leave John Woods nowhere to go? I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like there's enough room there to set yourself up to hit that, but also, I'm not driving. I'm watching it from a bird's eye view above. So
yeah, I'm not. Looking back at it, I mean, I don't know. That one section is one of the sections that you really have to be ready to slow down a lot if you're gonna try to push through if you're gonna try to push too much momentum through that little hairpin section. I think to get the proximity, I think it's too big of a risk on this track, especially with these horsepower of cars. It's hard to say. Did John park it because of the over angle? The horsepower also plays a factor in it. It's a hard one for a judge to call, but if I were John, I would want the OMT, but...
Well, of course. I always want the OMT. You always want the second chance, you know. So.
But I don't know. I don't know if it was enough.
It may not be, or it may be. It's hard to tell at this juncture.
Yeah,
But
it's hard sitting up here in the booth, just watching the judges share notes and whisper in each other's ears and stuff, and like jot stuff down, and then look at like screens with cars on them.
for sure.
I'm happy up here.
Yeah, no, it's nice just having to talk. But looks like we got a judge typing. Maybe we will have some news coming up soon.
Are we getting a call? Find out in the next episode. Oh, you know what? I forgot to say it. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, we do this 100% for free, for fun. We all volunteer our time to make sure you guys can have fun and bitch at us in chat. So you're welcome.
Yes.
And yeah, so you know, you get to do that, and we get to give you a good time. So,
but if you do want to spend money, I like to receive money and you get something. And the way that we do that is if you buy merch.
Yep, you could do that too.
You could get a nice hoodie, you know, be warm at night. Maybe you can get a nice t-shirt because it's warm where you are.
You could help us out. We don't do anything but offer you a free service. So big shout outs to those trying to be goblins in the chat. You know who you are, and we'll have talks later. So
Uh-oh. That's never a good sound.
No, it's not. So, of course, it should have been an easy decision, right? Definitely. But there were many questions, and we even said exclusively in the driver meeting, if a lead driver leads you somewhere that really isn't possible, then it's going to be fault on the lead driver. And we saw in Nexus's lead run going into Interclip 2, he was on the touch and go where he needed to be. He somehow ended up inside with max angle and opposite punched that interclip, which is he hit it with his right wheel. He didn't even center punch it. He hit it with his front right wheel. And granted, John did overrow there. He threw it in a little soft, but at the same time, if he was able to loop it there and stay with him, John would have ended up dropping 2 tires anyway because he was following the lead line that the lead driver was setting, which is what we agreed on in the driver's meeting. That's what you want to follow. So we were putting fault on Nexus for John's tire drops. And 2 judges did agree that Nexus was at fault for the tire drops, and 1 judge believed that it was independent on John. So that's 2 votes to John and 1 for Nexus. So John Woods will get the battle due to Nexus's fault in this lead.
All right, you heard it here first.
The judges have spoken. And up next we have Petty Carl and LS Jake. I think Petty Carl was having some issues getting in. I wonder if they were able to, if he was able to make his way in. Yeah, hopefully he was able to make it. It looks like he was able to get that sorted out.
Ooh, we like that.
Maybe. Hold on, let me do a double check here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. You're right. I'm back though.
That's what I was like.
I hit
I was like,
wrong button.
what happened there?
You got to control L for the names. I messed up. You got Petty Carl leading here in contact on initiation, but didn't look like there was any on throttle in the lead.
Oh boy.
So another moment for the judges to look at telemetry data. A little bit more contact at the end of outer 2, and they finish off the track with a little bit of a distance.
This is probably one of the the first comms where we had this many, like, too close to calls.
Oh, this is this is a great one for that.
What are the odds? But yet, we're here. We're doing it live, right?
We're doing it live.
Accurate
for this. Doing it live. And whenever you come to complain, I'm just going to remind you how much you paid to enter. And that number is 0. So.
Yeah. I think about that sometimes.
Me too.
But we're free.
Not now. Right now, we got Petty Carl chasing down LS Jake as they go through outer 2. And LS Jake putting down a clinic in the lead here. Doing exactly as the drivers were told on the line video. So great run. I think Fault is going to end up leaning on Petty Carl there in his lead. I don't think he was on throttle when he needed to be. But let's watch a replay and see if we can tell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he was on it.
I don't know. I'd have to go and watch that again. It's going to be one of those things where I got to see it a couple times. You know, if I had to go to the rule book on this one, I'm going to say that the chase driver was impeding on the lead driver's initiation.
Yeah, I'm kind of going. I'm gonna flip on what I initially said, and I agree with you because that is one of the 2 decel zones on the track, and the judges have sided with you, and me that after I changed my story, and have decided that Petty Carl is gonna take this one. So they deem fault on LS Jake in that situation. So Petty Carl will be moving on.
Yeah, and that's one of the things too, is that coming into these practicing with these guys is a big thing, because you need to know kind of how some of these drivers drive, right? And it all comes down to, how is this guy going to enter, and how should I be entering behind him to not impede his initiation. And I think that's what it boiled down to there. And I think this is it was a pretty cut and dry after watching it a couple times. So thankfully not a major deliberation. I can't speak currently. But
all good. But we have Group 4 needing to make their way into the server, which consists of Six Shadows and Rick James from Shadowrealm, Zen Swirly, Apex Labs, Lupo Chaos, AOM Gambit, Night Kings, Chop Corp, and Ivan Ian.
Name.
What I'm gonna say. I was told how to say it earlier, and there's so much that happened in between that time. I forgot, and I apologize. But Ian is up. You are up in Group 4.
Sideways car driver.
We are ready for you to join the server.
Get in here.
Up first,
Do it.
we have Six Shadows and Rick James. Little team battle action.
Six Shadows. Very, very competent driver out there. He's going to be another one to watch here. Probably another favorite of mine. But Rick James, not a pushover either. So this is going to be a good one to watch here.
Rick James just joined, so he's probably just getting in here. I don't remember what car. I think he's in it. I think this is him, but I'm not certain. But our bracket for our top 16 is forming.
Last pair to go. Last pair, the last quad to go here. Last 4 people. All of our lovely sponsors on this beautiful cinematic of this beautiful track.
Yeah, again, huge shout out to Geronimo Designs for letting us skin this up and run this. Oh, yeah, Rick James, I forgot. He's in the FC. Yeah. Okay, we're ready to go here.
Is that a Brap FC or is
No, that's a 1UZ FC.
Oh.
Six Shadows and Rick James entering into this first outer one. Rick James surging a little bit up in front, making his way into the pocket as they transition around second outer zone. Dragging a little front tire to maintain that angle, and Six Shadows way out there. But Rick James doing the best they can to put it right there on his door as they exit the track. Had to let him know he was there for a second.
Beautiful run from these boys. Rick James a little bit of wavering in his chase, but I did see Six Shadows slow down a considerable amount in that last outer zone right at the end before the decel zone.
Before the decel?
So, will the judges rule in Rick James' favor on that outer zone? No, it's crazier things have happened. But these drivers are ready. They're off. FC in the lead. S15 in the chase. Rick James, beautiful zone coverage coming into this inner clip. Beautiful transition from both drivers. Six Shadows on the door. Both these drivers, beautiful outer zone in the decel, outer touch and go, inner clip, and over the line. Beautiful, beautiful show from these boys tonight.
I think we have a just barely an upper hand from Six Shadows here, but the side-by-side tells all. So we'll take a quick peek at this and see. But
this coming section right here. Oh, sorry, I was just this coming section with right here with Six Shadows.
Yeah.
Major deceleration there. That's the one key pointer from that run.
Judges did not see that. Well, either didn't see that or thought that he was online and covering the zone. And all three have given it to Six Shadows, so he will be moving on to the top 16
Shadows
to battle either Zen Swirly or Apex Labs, who are up next. And it's Apex Labs' birthday, so we want to wish him a happy birthday today. Of course, and good luck in this battle.
It's the most American thing just happened to me, Chris.
What's that?
I just found a stray bullet.
Oh, that's fun.
22,250.
We got Zen Swirly in the 4-door JZX. It's Apex Labs in that Corvette. A little bit of a tire drop maybe in the lead there in that inner clip. And not quite getting all the zone, but getting it out there towards the end through the final touch and go and last inner clip. Apex Labs on the door of Zen Swirly here, but great lead, great chase. Nice and clean, what you like to see.
Yeah, very clean lead here coming from a Swirly. But the chase, proximity was lacking in some of the zones, but he definitely did make up for it. So Apex Labs will have to go hard here in this lead run. And Zen Swirly having to be on that door. And they are off. Apex in the Corvette. Zen behind. Beautiful action here. Swirly not giving much room for error, but Apex taking off on that transition, bringing him to Gapplebee's in that outer zone. Will the judges look for maybe a little bit of straight action going on in that transition? Who knows? But both drivers over the line.
Good battles. And as we watch the side-by-side here, we see Swirly a little bit more on the door of, oh my god, my brain just froze. Swirly a little bit more on the door of, of Apex in Outer One than Apex was initially going into Outer One in his chase. However, Swirly backs off a little bit and loses proximity as they go into the first center clip and through Outer 2. Swirly in his lead, not really covering all of Outer 2, but really keeping the speed through it all, which was interesting to see. But this transition point and snap back around at the end of the track through the touch and go into the final inside clip was just beautiful on both sides. So I really love to see that. Really like to see these guys just driving hard at the end of the day. So putting on a show, having a good time. And looks like we do have a call. It is a split decision. We have one judge going OMT and two judges going for Zen Swirly.
Yeah,
So
I think I would have went the same way on that, and I'm only gonna say that on the transition out of that first outer zone. Apex transition a bit early, and it made it kind of blocking off Zen, and then took off in his transition. So I think that just the account of the line not staying on it is what costed him the battle at the end of the day.
Up next, we have Lupo Chaos against AOM Gambit. So Chaos in the lead and Gambit in the chase.
Gambit, very good driver here. I've had the pleasure of driving with him a few times. Definitely someone to watch out for. I would want to be against him.
All right, we have a nice initiation. Maybe a little bit of a tire drop in the lead, but nothing crazy as we go into outer 2. Gambit surging towards Lupo in the lead, but Lupo nice and smooth throughout this whole section. Cooking it over a little bit, but maintaining that angle and speed through that area and not dropping off any. So not causing any mistakes in the chase, staying on line, followed the momentum map, did what he was supposed to do, and Gambit just stayed in the shadow. Nice clean run.
That was a very clean run coming from both drivers, so I think what we'll see in this next half of the battle will we see a mistake from either driver. I think that's what they're betting on. But the green lights are lit and the drivers are off. Big initiation here. Lupo not giving him much room. Gambit a little bit shallow. Both coming through, transitioning into the second outer zone. Gambit cleaning that zone up, and a Lupo not far behind. Both drivers over the line as Lupo is adoring Gambit here. I don't know. This is a close battle, I think.
Very close battle. A very red battle.
A very red battle, that's for sure.
Very red battle. You know, I think I like the red car. I'm gonna have to say.
Yeah, the red car definitely
the
my
red
favorite.
one. The red one just did a better job overall. I really like to see how the red car was sideways most of the time, and went back and forth, and I was just.
But we don't like the other
sometimes
red
whenever
car.
you're commentating, you just kind of.
Yeah, we like one red car, but the other red car. Now, the other red car definitely could have had better proximity. You know.
Yeah, you know, there's red cars, there's red cars.
And then there's red cars.
No, sometimes you just run out of stuff to say, guys. You know, and and we're at that point. My brain is mush. It's been a week. It's been a month. And we're doing everything we can. We're doing everything we can here. So bear with us. I need a nap.
Take a nap here.
Let's go take a nap here. Judges in that deliberation zone, doing the deliberating.
In the danger zone.
Our top 16 is shaping up. We got a little. Oh, we got a call. One
Yay.
judge for OMT. One judge for OMT and 2 for Lupo Chaos. Lupo Chaos will be moving on along. And to finish up this top 32, we have Night King's Chop Corp against Ian. We got Chop Corp in the lead position, Ian in the chase. Identical cars here kicking it off. Chop Corp painting that outside line with that right rear tire. And Ian very close to Chop Corp as they go through outer zone 2. Chop Corp doing a great job of running that optimal lead line. Maybe could have been a little bit closer in that final interclip, but great job overall, and Ian in the shadow of Chop Corp throughout the entire course. Well, this is shaping up to be a good battle.
I had a good little yawn in the middle of that battle, so I missed a bit of it. I tell you, it's warm in this office. All right, both these drivers are off. We have two of the same cars. Beautiful, just beautiful mimic there on the outer zone. Into the second outer zone. Could have a little bit more proximity, but oh no. Makes a big mistake coming out of that second outer zone. It's back on the door and over the line. I think that might have chalked it up at the end there.
I think so, potentially. Unfortunate mistake in the chase there from Chop Corp. And the judges... Whoa, what is happening with my controller?
Uh-oh.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. The drone is losing battery.
Hold up.
No, we're good. We're good.
Wait a
We're good.
minute.
We're good. We're good. Okay. And as the bracket updates and the judge make the call, Ian will be taking the win and moving to the top 16. And here we have it. Our top 16 drivers. But for right now, we need to do a server swap, and we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And we'll be right back at you before too long.
I can't breathe until you let me. I took a bullet to my chest and I buried all the empty pieces that I left behind. The voice inside my head, I'm getting lost inside my faith. If the world wants us dead, I'd rather die in your embrace. I can't believe in a ghost buried deep below. I can't believe in something that remains under the ground. I can't believe in a ghost. I can't believe in a ghost. It's the planet destruction. Tear me apart, rebuild my eyes. My heart can't function. There's no walls, no place to hide. I can't believe in a ghost buried deep below.
And we're back.
Hello.
Cracking into the top 16 here. Starting off with CDT Omar Bagdotli against SR Nbish. And they are making their way to the line right now. We are ready to kick this thing off. Drivers are at the line. And our light is about to kick it off. And off we do go.
Ooh.
Omar in the lead. Nbish in the chase. Ooh, Nbish losing a little bit of angle in the chase there. Creating a little bit of a gap, Omar is, as they go into outer zone 2. And Nbish surging in, causing him to make a little bit of a mistake. And have to shallow up a little bit of angle. But Omar laying down what looked to be a pretty
Clean run.
A pretty clean run. Excuse me, I had a burp sneak in my throat there. That was not fun. I don't know where that came from.
I think Omar, definitely great run. Maybe the first outer zone could have had a bit more coverage, but other than that, I think Nbish. I think that might be a Nbish, Bill Nbish, the drift guybish. All right, they're off. Nbish, big entry, filling all of that zone. A little bit of wavering. Baghdadi keeping his distance. Nbish on the line here, maybe even one off, filling all of this outside zone into the decel, into the inner clip, and both drivers over the line. Baghdadi staying on the door there at the end, but lacking proximity in the first half of the battle.
I think Bagdotli, I think he's got a little bit of an advantage here. He's going to take this one overall. think he was just a little bit more consistent. And the judges, at least 2 of them agree, and 2 have sided, saying that Omar takes this one. We'll be moving on to the grade 8.
Yeah, I think that mistake that Nbish made at the end, right before that hairpin section, I think that probably was the deciding factor on that battle. But I could be totally wrong, and the judges could be like, "Nah, that's not why." But hey, way she goes.
Who are we to say?
Exactly.
Up next, we have Bad Future Serene leading Drifting Magic's Max Jaeger. And Serene, Max Jaeger throwing it in and losing it a little bit, but jumping right back in the saddle as they go around the outer 2. Putting it on the door of Bad Future Serene. Coming through the touch and go and final inner clip. Door to door. And we have a pit from Bad Future Serene, Drifting Magic's Max Jaeger. If you would like to pit, you may. And here we go, Drifting Magic's Max Jaeger in the lead. Getting it out there, but losing a little bit of angle and getting a tap in the chase from Bad Future Serene from the back half of the car. Very interesting situation there. As they go through the final touch and go into the final inner clip. A little bit of a separation, but nothing crazy. Bad Future Serene just pitting after everything.
Unbelievable.
And we have a call, and the call is Bad Future Serene. Moving on.
Yeah, I think that's 0 in the chase.
Yep.
Chalk it up.
And up to bat now, Night King's Lost Boy against I'm Kinda Panda.
All right, we have the Lost Boy in the lead. I'm Kinda Panda in the chase. Lost Boy going for just a little initiation, nothing major, filling all that zone. I'm Kinda Panda, not far behind, leaving about a car's gap. Lost Boy filling all of this outer zone. Into the outer touch and go, into the inner clip. I'm Kinda Panda on the door. And Lost Boy over the line. I'm Kinda Panda right behind him. This is shaping up to be a good battle. Who
Indeed.
will be victorious?
Indeed, I do agree. I'm Kinda Panda laying down a great lead in his top 32 battle. Just really putting it all out there. I'm sure we'll see the same thing here. Night King's Lost Boy, I mean, he laid down a great chase in his top 32. It got him through, so we'll see how this shapes up. Panda initiating. Lost Boy, both maybe dropping a tire there on the outer zone. Not too sure, but Panda has a little bit of a gap here as they go through the second outer zone. Night King's Lost Boy diving in to Panda's door as they make it through the end of the zone, into the final touch and go, and around.
I think Panda might have just done it a little bit better.
Potentially so. I think this is maybe an OMT. What do you say?
Maybe.
Let's watch the side by side.
Panda kind of getting in line on the chase there.
Panda did make quite a mistake in his initiation, I think, a little bit in the lead. Judges might not be happy with that. And Night King's Lost Boy, better coverage of the final inner clip.
I don't know if he went one off there. It's hard to say from this angle.
May not have. From our angle, it's kind of hard to tell.
Maybe a little bit of a better transition from the outer zone 2 to the outer touch and go from one of the Night King boys, but I don't know. I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know.
I just realized I was muted. Oopsie.
Oopsie doopsie.
Oopsie. Oh, I hope I'm not getting sick. I don't want that. I don't want that for me. But judges are making their decision. And we'll be passing that along to us shortly, I'm sure.
Between Lost Boy and I'm Kinda Panda, who will be moving on to the Grade 8 and be facing either MAE86 or May, as some like to call him, or Night King's one and only Door Banger. Will we see a Night King battle for the top 4? And this year's schedule, 2025, we had last week the qualifying for this week's Sebring, and we will have March 22nd, Speedway Music Park. Music Park, great track, fun track, I like it. And Shadow Valley, Shadow Realm's one and only Layout A, April 5th. Don't miss it. It's coming. It's gonna be great. Come watch it. Come look at it with your eyeballs. With those little balls in your eyes. Three-way split. So it looks
Three-way
like
split, so
we are
OMT it will
going
be.
to see an OMT.
All right, we
Yeah.
are finally ready to go for an OMT run here. And here we go. Both drivers initiating cleanly. That first outer zone. Grabbing the inner clip. Going around outer too. I'm Kinda Panda. Just keeping a safe distance, it looks like. From the lead driver. Night Kings. I'm Kinda Panda maybe cutting himself off, but is this the same situation that we saw earlier?
Yeah, that is the question at hand here. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of distance from Lost Boy for that to be on him.
I think Lost Boy was in the right spot there.
Yeah, that's
Don't you
kind of
think?
where I'm going. I think
Yeah.
Lost Boy was definitely where he needed to be. And I think Panda just made the mistake. Maybe wrong gear. Maybe just didn't have enough oomph to get those tires spinning. But we'll have to see here in this next battle versus Panda and Lost Boy. It's Panda, big initiation, Lost Boy leaving a considerable gap, but maybe he knows that he doesn't have to really put on a show here. Leaving, okay, leaving just a car length, doing a great job, just playing it safe. With both these guys over the line.
I think Lost Boy did what he needed to do there to get a win.
I really think so, yeah.
Let's see what the judges have to say. And the judges agree. Lost Boy
Judges.
will be moving on to the Grade 8.
The judges agree, not something you hear every day.
Not always. And now we have MAEH6 against Night King's Doorbanger.
So will we be seeing Shadowrealm versus Night King, or will we be seeing a Night King versus Night King battle? Find out after this one.
Both drivers on the line. And here we go. MAEH6, Night King's Doorbangers. H6 initiating, not grabbing all of the zone. Needs to get further out there. But Doorbangers mimicking the line, not really getting on the door of MAEH6. Leaving a little bit of a gap until the very, very end where he slaps it on the door.
Yeah,
and
getting up
makes
into
it
these,
happen.
getting up into these higher brackets, you really need to keep the mistakes at a minimum.
Oh yeah, the competition gets more heated as we go on. You gotta make sure you're locked in the entire time.
Gotta lock in. Gotta shake off the cobwebs in top 32 and then put it all on the table in 16. And then 8. And then 4. And then whoever wins. But both these drivers off. MA86 in the chase. Doorbanger in the lead. Big initiation. Filling all of that
All of
outer
the
zone.
zone.
Definitely a lot more than May. Into this second outer zone. But MA86 not leaving much space here. And through the touch and go into the inner clip and over the line. I don't know.
I think we're gonna see a Night Kings battle in the Grade 8.
I think it's very possible. Look at this back-to-back runs here. And see. Yeah, even a little bit of left foot braking from May there in that first outer zone. But definitely a lot better proximity throughout the course. But you need a good chase for, or a good lead for a good chase, so I think we might be seeing a Night Kings go head to head here in the Grade 8.
I think you could be right.
It's
I think
possible,
it's very likely at this rate.
but we don't have an answer yet.
We don't.
And that usually, when that happens, it means we're wrong. Maybe we're
Not
right.
always.
maybe we're right.
Oh, yeah, we're wrong. It's a 3-way OMT.
Man, I had a sixth sense on it.
Well, we'll see it again.
There you go again.
And we are off for another battle. MA86 grabbing the outer zone. And Doorbangers right on his door. As they fly through the outer zone, 2 and wrap around. Little slow through the diesel. Oh, no. Full throttle through the diesel almost, it looks like. But Doorbanger stuck to the door of MA86 the entire run. So MA86 has some big shoes to fill in the second half of this battle to make sure that they put up a fight like Night King's Doorbanger did.
Doorbanger living up to his name, tapping that door there at the end of that battle. Definitely excited to see what goes on in the second half. Both drivers doing a great job in that first half, cleaning up their acts a little bit. So what will we see in the second half of the battle? Doorbanger in the lead, MA86 in the chase. The drivers are off. Big Manji initiation here, filling all of this outer zone. But MA86 not giving much room for error as they go through the center clip into this second outer zone, leaving a little bit of a gap, but filling it very quickly, even tapping him on the exit out of that corner. Into the center clip and over the line. I don't know. I do we see our first double OMT of the night?
Could be, but I mean, we're splitting hairs at this point, and MA86 lost quite a bit of proximity going into outer zone 2, and that could come back to bite him.
That could come back to bite him. I think that may be the deciding factor in this run, looking side to side.
Yeah, I think so too. There were a couple areas where MA86 didn't have the proximity that Doorbanger had. You know, I mean, as you look at it right now, you know, there's room to get closer.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more. But, I mean, big body car as well. That SC is not a light vehicle. So, I mean, I give props to May for going out there and doing what he did, even if he doesn't take this battle. But we still have judges deliberating. So,
you were right earlier.
I was right earlier.
Yeah, we are about to see our first double OMT of the night.
Damn.
We have 2 judges going OMT.
I am gonna go buy a lottery ticket after this.
You're getting lucky tonight.
That's all it is, folks. Just luck.
Just luck.
But we'll see these drivers reset to the pits and get up to the line for the second. Or sorry,
final
third.
OMT.
Third
battle, but second OMT battle, yeah.
Yeah.
Good initiation. Doorbanger slides to the door of MA86. And flying through the second outer zone. Doorbanger's sticking to the door of MA86 all the way through this course and mimicking the line almost perfectly. I mean, really not almost perfectly. You mimicked it perfectly. So, exactly what you want to see.
That might have been lacking a little bit would have been that first initiation zone, but other than that, did what he needed to do. So this is going to be down to the wire here as we go to the last run of this battle. No more runs after this. Judges need to make a call.
Indeed.
Not an easy one to make.
And here we go. MA86 diving in, not quite having the angle, but a little tire drop in the lead on the inside clip. And a little tire drop on the outside again. 2 tires off through the second outer zone.
Oh no.
And ultimately an over angle.
That will chalk it up for door banger.
Unfortunately, I believe you are correct. And yes, judges have confirmed.
Too much pressure.
MA86 will move on.
And we'll get to see this back here in the Grizz cam. And we get to watch as MA86 initiating on that door. Staying on that door throughout the run. Gaining proximity back in that outer zone. And then right here's where the big mistake happens. 2 tires off and then just an over rotation. Hate to see it. But we will be on to our next set of drivers.
Anything can happen in baseball, right? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Anyway, up next, we have the next group. Chewy, Kinetic Legacy, John Woods, Petty Carl, Six Shadows, Zen Swirly, Lupo Chaos, and Ian Valenzuela. We've gotten everyone in, or are getting everyone in. If we could have Chewy and Kinetic Legacy move themselves to the line, we'll get this kicked off. We are good to go and ready to send them. Chewy against Kinetic Legacy. There it is. Okay. Audio is messed up.
Uh-oh.
We're good now, though. Kinetic Legacy really laying into Chewy there for a moment. Getting back into it. Chewy laying down a nice clean lead run, but Legacy not letting him go anywhere. And we want to give a huge shout out to the gentlemen over at Swarm for allowing us to use their pack for this series. Awesome to be partnered with them this year. Good group of guys. They do some cool stuff, so make sure you check them out. The link to their Discord is in the description of this video, I believe. So should be pretty easy to get to them.
Yeah, go give them boys a lookie.
We got Chewy diving on the door of Kinetic Legacy as they go through the first inner clip and into the second outer zone. Chewy really keeping more proximity, I believe, than Kinetic Legacy had in his chase, but angles can be deceiving at times. So we'll see what the judges have to say after that set of battles. Quick little side-by-side action here. We've got, I think, better proximity from Chewy in the chase, but lead to lead, I mean, very, very comparable overall.
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Oh, everything froze for like 2 minutes.
He's alive.
I'm a survivor. Just have to play with the phone situation. Get that extra bar. Right here. Top 8 shaping up. We have the first half of the bracket. Now we're just waiting on that second half of the bracket to see who we will get. SR Chewy versus Kinetic. I believe that is the run that just happened. SR John Woods versus Petty Carl. SR Sick Shadows versus Zen Swirly. Match to watch. Lupo Chaos versus Ian. So, who will we see in our top 8? That is the question. And that is what we are about to find out.
We have 2 judges going OMT. It is the night of OMTs in the Grade 8. Or to get into the Grade 8.
OMT. All right, boys are coming back up to the line. Chewy, Legacy. Chewy in that beautiful banana S15 Legacy and that R32 sedan. I don't know, it's not a sedan.
Nope, this is
Sports car.
this is the coupe, the 2-door.
Yes. And both the drivers are off. Chewy locking in that angle, maybe even going one off there, but filling all of that outer zone. Legacy on the door though. Chewy filling just robotic. It just doesn't make any sense. Legacy struggling to keep up there, and over the line these guys will go.
Kind of almost looked like Legacy over-angled a little bit right here, causing him to have to kind of bullet up through there. But it paid off for him. You know, his recovery worked out. But
yeah,
it was
definitely
a
worked
scary
out.
moment for him.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
And here we go. Kinetic Legacy initiating Chewy right behind. Locked on the door of Kinetic Legacy as they go through to the second outer zone.
Oh no.
A very similar situation to what we saw earlier. Looked like an over-rotation from the angle that I had, but it'll be interesting to see a slow-mo of that to see what really occurred.
Yeah, I'm watching that quick. I'm gonna have to say that Legacy definitely over-rotated way too much there. And I think it was just extra exaggerated with him being in the track limits here. But we watch it back to back. Yeah.
Oh, he was about 90 degrees right there. Yeah.
Yeah, he was not making that outer zone.
Yeah, let's watch it in full screen. Oh yeah, he was
Yeah,
beyond
almost
90.
backwards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, almost backwards going, and that's parking it. The definition.
That is what you call parking it.
Yeah. Chewy had nowhere to go on that initiation.
Yep, and judges all three sliding it to Chewy.
And Chewy will be going to the grade 8.
Chewy in the grade 8 against either John Woods or Petty Carl. And John Woods and Petty Carl moving themselves to the line. John Woods in this Z06 Corvette. Petty Carl in that E46. And here we go. Clean initiation. Little bit of lacking angle in the lead there. But moving on along, Petty Carl surging up in the chase to get on the door of John Woods. John Woods wavering a little bit in that second outer zone, but maintaining a little bit of a gap throughout the course.
Yeah, I think John might have just a little bit under angled and was just kind of taken off on the chase driver here. So
it was a really shallow line through there. Yeah. So. And here we go. Petty Carl, clean initiation. John Woods right behind him. Plenty of angle in the lead here. As they go around the second outer zone. Make their way through this tight pinching point. No over angle, no lack of throttle. All good to go. Ow.
not for me. Sounds fine for me.
All right. And the call is three-way moving to John. So John is going to get the call on that one. Be interested to hear why. I'm just curious. I wasn't getting all that. I was told I was crackly halfway through the run, so I kind of missed some of it. So I don't know. Sorry about the audio quality. We'll figure that out before we get too far into stuff. But music was fine. Mics were weird. Sounds good now. I wonder if it's a Discord thing.
It's probably a Discord thing.
Very likely a Discord thing, I feel like.
If I had to put money on it, I would say it's a Discord thing. Lots of streams and stuff going on in this channel right now. So. It's what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Both drivers are off. Six Shadows in the lead. Zen Swirly way behind in the chase, making a big throw in to try to catch up to Six Shadows here. I don't know what happened off the line. Six Shadows getting all of this outer zone. Swirly going 2 off in that outer zone as well. 6 Shadows completing the run. Zen Swirly tapping on the door. Maybe Swirly was a little bit scared of Sick there. He just didn't want to be anywhere near him.
Potentially so. I don't know. Swirly and 6 Shadows know each other pretty well. They drive quite a lot, so they, I'm sure, talking a little bit of trash.
Yeah, more than likely.
Just for fun. So. And here we're off for the second half. Zen Swirly in the lead. 6 Shadows in the chase. Zen Swirly flicking it into that first outer zone. Painting that white line black as they go through. 6 Shadows rubbing bumpers in transition here. But not really getting too terribly close. Swirly going way out and bringing it back. I don't know about that. Yeah, that was a little bit.
Yeah. I think we have a winner.
I think that one is decided, but we'll wait until we have an official call here. Yeah, watch Whirly throw this angle right here and bring it back. Man, that's crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Buddy was out there with it, but we'll see. You never know. We've been wrong about all kinds of stuff before, but
I don't know about that.
3 judges giving it to 6 Shadows.
Pretty clean cut and dry. Better luck next time, Swirly nerd.
Up next, Lupo Chaos against Ian. Ian Valenzuela. We have Lupo Chaos, who appears to be at the line. And Ian coming to the line.
What you like to see? Oh, there's the sedan. Sedan versus S13. Both drivers off the line. S13 going to Gapplebees. Lupo Chaos in that purple S13. Ian not far behind, but not close enough. Into the second outer zone. Ian starting to close that gap off, but Lupo not making much mistakes in that lead run.
No, fantastic lead from Lupo.
The line.
Fantastic lead from Lupo there. I think Ian really set himself back in that start by being so far back there. Really had to play catch up the entire time.
Yeah, that's the case. You really, and especially on this track, you need to be pretty on the initiation. You gotta be on the driver, and that pretty well sets you up for that first half of the track. Now that last half, you have that chance to catch up because obviously there's that decel zone.
And Ian initiating, maybe dropping a tire. Lupo Chaos right up next to him, doing a better job of proximity than Ian was in his chase as they fly through the second half of this, cleanly transferring to the end of the course.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
Thinking this is a Lupo Chaos win, and the judges agree with me.
Yeah.
Lupo Chaos will be moving on. But we have our grade 8 set.
We are in.
And we need all of those grade 8 in the server. Which would be CDT, Omar, Baghdadli, Bad Future Serene, Night King's Lost Boy, MAE86, Chewy, John Woods, Six Shadows, and Lupo Chaos. And drivers, if you win, just stay in. No need to leave the server after you're done, unless you're up for third place battle. Make sure you stay in after that loss for whoever loses in battle 29 and 30. So that'll be not this round, but the next round. If you lose, stay in. But if you win, stay in too. But right now, we have CBT Omar Bagdatli against Bad Future Serene up right here, right now. So if y'all would make your way to the line, we'll get y'all going. We have Omar at the line along with Bad Future Serene, and we are ready to go. And we're off. Omar initiating, painting that white line, but Bad Future Serene right on the door of Omar. Running through. Very clean lead. A little bit of a tap in the chase. Nothing to upset the lead. Just let him know he's there. And they move around. A little bit more tappage. Little bumps. Little bumps. Love to see it. Fantastic stuff.
Maybe even saving the run, maybe.
Potentially.
Yes, indeed, Swirly. We got to do spin-a-wheelies.
We have to. We must. Oh.
Damn, kids going up down the street doing spin-a-wheelies and stuff. And both the drivers are going to be off to get ready to do spin-a-wheelies as they hit this first outer zone. Maybe one tire off there, but perfect proximity. Perfect coverage of the zone as they go into the second outer zone. Both of these drivers, we got yin and yang going at it in this battle. This is exciting to see the result here.
Woo! Well, who do you think's going to take this one? A little side-by-side action.
After a little bit of side-by-side action, I don't know, I feel like it could possibly be an OMT. I can't remember what happened at the end of the first battle.
There was
Oh yes,
Serene was getting a little touchy-feely with Omar. But not necessarily enough to upset the car, I don't think. But you did say at one point you think he may have saved the run towards the end.
yes, there was that, what may have been contact in that last, but it didn't seem like it really did anything to Omar's car. I think maybe just like a net code issue in the server.
Could have been, yeah. Very, very likely.
I don't know, if I'm a judge here, looking at these runs again, I'd want to maybe see the runs one more time. I think both drivers made
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
minor mistakes
Absolutely. I think minor mistakes, but I mean, pretty even overall.
Instead of splitting hairs on the first run, I'd like to see them do it again. Put a little bit of pressure on, you know, try to make a driver make a mistake.
But who will crack their way into the top 4? I surely don't know. I want to know.
I want to
the
know
answers. I wanna know
why
the
these
answers,
guys
man.
are doing spin
All these
wheelies.
questions, I don't have the answers.
You can't handle the truth.
You're probably right.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I'm being honest. Whew. All right, and we got a call. 2 judges going for Omar.
2 judges going.
Moving
for
on.
to the top 4.
Top 4 to fight either Night King's Lost Boy or MA86. Up next.
Ooh.
We got drivers on the line. We're ready to go. We are off. Night King's Lost Boy. Clean initiation in the first outer zone. All the way through to the second outer zone where MA86 dives in a little bit, not quite holding the angle of Lost Boy, but maintaining proximity throughout. Dropping a little bit of a tire in the chase in that final inner clip, but pretty clean
Staying
runs
pretty
overall. Pretty close. Good proximity. I think maybe could have been a little bit better mimicking in the chase. But ultimately pretty good overall.
But you will see them go again, but reverse order this time. It's an SC3 versus the S13. Both drivers, green lights. We are ready to go. MA86, big initiation on the line, but wavering off at the end of the zone. Lost Boy not too far behind. MA86 hitting all of this outer zone on the line, losing a little bit of proximity at the end again. Into this outer touch and go into the inner clip. Lost Boy right there, even tapping May's front wheel. Not
Maybe
good.
causing, I don't know if I had a good angle on that with the drone. Like, there may have been, that might have upset the lead a little bit more.
I think the lead might have taken a bit
Quite
more.
Sure. I'm here. Sorry, are you there? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all
yeah,
here.
My internet just kind of.
We're all here because we're not all there.
All right. 3 votes for Lost Boy. Lost Boy will be moving on, taking the win, and be in our final 4 to battle it out against Omar Baghdadli. And up next we have Chewy against John Woods.
The Battle of the Shadow Realm.
Chewy leading John Woods here. And in 3, 2, 1, we are off. Little yellow and purple action here as Chewy enters in, and John Woods slides into the pocket. John Woods kind of impeding the transition a little bit there, maybe, as they go through the outer two.
Connection issue.
Very well could be. You know, we don't always see it exactly how it happens, but it's pretty close. Overall, great run from both of these guys.
A great run from both these drivers.
Locked in, nice and clean. Nothing to really pick apart there. Maybe could have had a little bit more angle from John in some parts of the chase, but that's just me being nitpicky.
Yeah, that's basically it. And maybe not impeding. Well, then again, it didn't really affect Chewy, so it's hard to say. But both these drivers are going to be ready to go. Tofu is going to send them off. Green lights. Both these drivers take off. John Woods, big Manji initiation, lacking a little bit of angle and proximity in that zone, but Chewy just there, accounting for the mistakes of John Woods. John Woods wavering a little bit, but getting all of that outer zone into this. Oh, and a major over rotation here from John Woods. And I think that is going to chalk up the run and the battle.
And it does. 3 votes, all going to Chewy.
And Chewy will be going to the top 4 to face whom, you might ask?
Either Six Shadows or Lupo Chaos. Who both appear to be making their way to the line.
To the line. And we get to watch it again. Chewy glued on that door, and then John Woods just over-rotating at the end. Major upset, but that's the way it goes in drifting.
We are off. A little S chassis battle here. Got Lupo Chaos diving on the door of Six Shadows through this first outer zone. Clean transition through the inner clip. Into the second outer, both drivers a little wavering on angle, but keeping it clean. Maybe a little tap from the chase. Couldn't really tell. But ultimately, a clean run out of both of these guys with great proximity, great zone coverage. Just a good time. Good, clean, fun time, guys.
Pretty decent little run there. Definitely going to be a nail biter, I think. But we will see after this second half of this battle as both drivers get prepared to go again in reverse order. Do it again. They're going to see the light. Green, we go. Six Shadows on the bumper as Lupo initiates. Lupo wavering, not getting all of that zone, but Six Shadows pouring on the angle in the chase, making it hard, putting the pressure as we come out of this outer zone into this touch and go inner clip. Six Shadows losing a little bit of proximity there at the end.
I think we're going to see an OMT here, man.
We might see them do it again.
I think this is some OMT kind of stuff.
Oh, let's watch this side to side. What do we got? I think Sick definitely had a little bit better.
Had good angle in the chase there, but
Yeah,
Sick
but
had better coverage of the zone.
But he might have went one off. It's hard to say from this angle.
You got Lupo or Six Shadows?
Six Shadows in his lead run.
Ooh, that could be the deciding factor.
So it all depends what we see here.
I didn't see many mistakes.
Right.
Oh, I see. I see the point.
It may be. It's very close.
If
But
he's a
other
tire
than that,
off, that's
the run-
probably the biggest deduction in the runs.
because the runs look fairly, other than the end of the run where Sick is lacking proximity, where Lupo, I guess, from lead to chase, Lupo's mistake on that outer zone would equate to that mistake at the end of the run from 6. So definitely a nail biter.
Nail biter indeed.
And here we are.
Just waiting on a quick call from the judges.
So in our top 4, we're gonna have Bagdatley versus Lost Boy. And then we are gonna see SR Chewy versus either Six Shadows or Lupo Chaos. Sorry, Omar, if I'm messing your name up. I'm not great at the whole reading thing. Okay. Passed my grade 10.
We try. We try over here.
We're here because we're not all there.
There you go. Yeah, that's probably right. We have a judge typing. We should have a call. 1 call, 2 deliberating. So we have 1 decision made, 2 still making that decision. We could see a perfect event from Omar here. He qualified first. Is he going to take it away?
Would be kind of crazy. All right, this is what I think is going to happen. I think Omar takes the win here, goes to the final battle. And then I think we're going to see... If Sick dropped a tire, we're going to see Lupo. If Sick didn't drop a tire, I think we're going to see Six Shadows versus Chewy. And I think Chewy goes to the finals versus Omar, but Omar upsets Chewy in an OMT battle.
I don't know if it would necessarily be an upset. Omar is very, very experienced at Sim and has been competing for a good while. So I think it would be quite the championship battle. Honestly, that would be a good way to end it all. But I don't know if that's what we're gonna see. Is that how you would shape up your March Madness bracket?
That's how I'm shaping up the March Madness bracket, right? It's I don't know. I'm just following the script here, man. They told me to say it.
They told me to say it.
But no, for real, I think Omar goes. I think we're gonna see Omar Chewy, and then if we see an OMT in this run and Sick heard me, he's gonna turn it up to 11.
Yeah, Omar's consistency has just been par none tonight. I mean, he's been locked in, but looks like judges are grabbing the replay for this one.
Uh-oh. Means we're gonna be here for a second, Grizz.
Yep, and I'm all out of stuff to talk about, man. I'm tired.
Man, yeah, same. What do you get at Subway?
Me? Oh man, I'm like the older I get, the more Subway just sucks. Let's talk about that.
That is true.
Let's talk
Well,
about that.
okay, maybe it's not the fact that Subway sucks the older you get. Maybe it's the fact that Subway just sucks more and more.
But I don't know. We'll debate, but we're gonna send off to a real quick commercial until we get a call, and we'll be right back.
I can't breathe until you let me. I took a bullet to my chest and I buried all the empty pieces that I left behind. A voice inside my head, I'm getting lost inside my faith. If the world wants us dead, I'd rather die in your embrace. I can't believe in a ghost buried deep below. I can't believe in something that remains under the ground. I can't believe in a ghost. I can't believe in a ghost. It's the planet destruction. Tear me apart, rebuild my eyes. My heart can't function. There's no walls, no place to hide. I can't believe in a ghost buried deep below.
Here, we're back. And we're still waiting on a call. These judges are being picky. They want to see everything. So we like that though. We want the meticulous judging. So sometimes it takes a little bit of waiting, but now I believe we're about to get our call as the side-by-side comes up on screen. What a battle. Overall, I mean, bumper to bumper transitions, both sides, all the way through the track. Definitely coming down to millimeters of whether there was a tire drop, I'm sure. But it'll be hard to say. I believe we'll get an explanation with this call. So, all right. Here is our call. And we do have a judge here. I'll go ahead and read off what was said. Judges believe that there was a tire drop from 6 shadows outside 1 in the lead. There was not. Contact from Lupo in outside zone 2 due to Lupo was... Hold on. Contact from Lupo in outside zone 2 due to Lupo's contact. 2 other judges go Lupo. 1 judge goes OMT. 2 judges go Lupo. Is that the correct call?
That is correct. 2 judges went Lupo, myself included, and 1 went OMT. So the reason why myself and 1 other judge went Lupo, I was OMT until you get to the end of the runs. Right there at the touch and go to the finish.
Okay.
Lupo had much better proximity coming through that end section. When Lupo is in his lead, he swings through just like he's supposed to, and 6 Shadows comes in the chase, swings in, and then almost stalls up in the chase right up next to him, and then Lupo pulls away, causing a large gap at the end.
Okay, I see what you're
That
saying.
was the big deciding factor for myself and the other judge that went Lupo.
Okay. Thank you
Great
so much
runs,
for the call,
everybody.
and thank you for your guys' work.
It's been a
appreciate you
long
guys.
night.
Yeah, it has indeed. It has indeed. So we will see Lupo moving on to the final four. Now we have to kick off our final four. If you lose, don't go anywhere. We'll need you for the third place battle. But right now we have CDT Omar Baghdadli. Or actually, we don't do third place battles. We did qualifying and seeding and everything. We have a whole points thing. I'm wrong. You lose.
Yeah.
You go home. See, this is why I just announce things. Like, I've been reminded that I was wrong. No third place battle. You lose, you go home. We have 3 battles to end the night, and the first one is between CDT Omar Baghdadli and Night King's Lost Boy, right here, right now.
And third place will go to the driver with the most points.
With the higher seed.
So that means
So
that
drive, yeah, the
Omar
driver with
does not win here. He's automatically
the guaranteed third place. Yeah,
yes.
guaranteed a podium finish, no matter what he does here.
The question is, where will he stand on the podium?
Omar given a little bit of leeway for Lost Boy there in the chase. The light went green and he hesitated for a moment. But good coverage of outer 1. Transitioning into outer 2, creating a little bit of a gap, but Lost Boy dives in the middle of the zone and dives in once more towards the end of the zone. And through the end, almost looks like there's a little bit of lag going on, but it doesn't look like it's upsetting either of the drivers. And looks like there's enough to make this happen.
That's over the line. Very clean run.
Got a clean run.
Ooh, and both the drivers are going to be coming back to the line here. We'll have Omar in the chase, Lost Boy in the lead in that S13. As that light drops and the greens flash and the boys are off. Lost Boy, big Manji flick initiation into this outer zone. Filling most of it, could be a little bit deeper, but Omar not giving him much room to make mistakes. Bumper to bumper transition. Lost Boy doing a much better job of filling this outer zone, but once again Omar not backing off, actually tapping the door there at the end, pushing Lost Boy over the line. I don't know. I think it might be a clean cut winner here, but
You think so?
I'm not gonna say who it is.
Oh. Chat, who do you think takes this run? Who do you think takes this battle? We'll let the viewers decide this call, and then we'll see what the judges believe.
We got an Omar, and then we gotta let the judges decide.
Two votes for OMT.
And OMT, we will see.
All right. We'll line them back up. Lost Boy with incredible ping here. We might be able to get a run here.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't look like it.
It's not looking good. Oh boy.
Let's see if he can rejoin and get back in here and see if we can actually run this battle. Luckily, we saw it happen in the beginning, and we're able to say something about that. So we'll see if Lost Boy can leave and join back and maybe get some better ping. Oh, maybe we're good now. Looks like we're good now. Okay. Yep. We're going to go ahead and do that. All right. Looks like we are good to go for this OMT.
We try it again.
Omar off to a hot start, but Lost Boy right behind him. Oh, losing drift. And contact with the contact on transition there. And Omar finishing out this run, but that stoppage of drift in the chase would be a big deduction, if not a 0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, major hit there. If it was, now we have the 1 second rule, so if he was out of drift, as long as he didn't opposite drift, if he was back in drift in that 1 second span, he's going to be okay. So it'll be exciting to see what comes of that, but we still have one more run to go as we get these drivers swapping positions. Both drivers off the line. Lost Boy, lots of smoke, big Manji initiation, Omar getting into that pocket, Lost Boy filling all of that outer one zone, Omar not leaving, actually 1 car gap as we go into the second outer zone. Into the D-cell, big flick from Lost Boy, Omar sitting right there in the pocket, but I think Omar is going to take it due to Lost Boy's mistake in his chase run.
And you would be correct. The judges have all 3 gone to Omar.
And Omar will be trying to get the perfect
round.
The perfect round, the perfect competition.
And will he go against Chewy or Lupo Chaos? Who are both
I'm biased
right now.
I'm biased, so I'm gonna say Chewy.
I'm gonna say it's whoever wins this battle. I don't know who it's gonna be. Both
Whoever
these
wins
guys are
the
locked
battle.
in.
That's a good, like, wow.
I know,
never
so
thought
profound, right? Look at me. All right, we got Chewy dropping one on the outside. Lupo Chaos putting it on the door as they move through to the second outer zone. And Lupo is right in the shadow of Chewy here. Chewy almost going. I thought he was going to over angle there a little bit, but he did not. As they finish out the track. So.
And Lupo looked like he had a little bit of a time to catch back up there in that last half of the track. So I mean, we'll have to see who takes the fault on what happened there, but
I don't know. I don't know if
overall
any fault really. Maybe just like some line or something. I don't know. I don't know how that one's.
Well, it depends.
My brain is like mashed potatoes at this point.
Well, it depends. If the lead impeded on the chase driver and it caused the chase driver to have to basically sacrifice his run, it would be one thing. But we have both these drivers back up again.
Oh, of late initiation or lack of from Chewy.
That's what it seems to be looking like. But remember, chase driver doesn't really have an initiation line as long as they're initiating with the lead driver. But a deduction nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely.
Both these drivers
Yeah.
over the line.
That would have to be. I mean, he was not quite in drift when I think he needed to be. Like the final cone is right here, And I know that the's not a dead set. You have to be in drift. But
Yeah.
oh, well, it was right. I don't know. It's pretty close.
After looking at it a second time, it's looking like it's a possible 0 from Chewy on that one.
That was, yeah. I mean, he
Just
wasn't, he
was
wasn't
not
quite
in
in drift. He wasn't quite in drift. You got to be in drift. And yeah, look at here. Let's see. Oh, last second. Okay. Last second. I don't know. Chewy in the chat says, I didn't initiate. So you heard it from the driver himself.
Calling
The
himself
judges-
out.
The judges say Lupo.
Will take the win.
Lupo will take the win and go to fight Omar Bagdatli in the final round, the showdown of round 1.
Who will take the dub?
We will have CDT Omar Bagdatli going against Lupo Chaos. CDT Omar Bagdatli will be in the lead. Lupo Chaos in the chase. We are ready to kick this off. Omar, if you would bring yourself to the line, we're going to get this going.
Omar.
Here he goes.
There he is. Right, as both these drivers pull up to the line, the greens come up on the light and they're off. Omar Baghdadi, big initiation. Lupo on the door though, filling all of that outer zone into the transition, into the second outer zone. Lupo lacking a little bit of proximity, but regaining by losing a little bit of angle. But Omar Baghdadi finishing that run strong. I don't.
Very, very, very good lead from Omar. And a crazy chase from Chaos here. And I mean, this is the showdown I hoped we would get as far as action. And that's what we're getting here. We'll see the second half of this one as Omar flips and goes in the chase. Lupo with a nice flick here, painting that outside line. Omar diving into the door of Lupo Chaos, but not quite mimicking as Lupo did in his chase. They transition and go through outer two. Lupo Chaos locked in on the throttle. Little bit of a contact point there at the end of outer two. What will be the deciding factor to determine who wins round 1 of the part 1 of the 2025 SRDL series?
Don't miss it. Be there. As our judges deliberate here, I'd like to remind everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe before we get the final verdict from the judges tonight.
And who shall it be? I think I'm in Lupo Chaos's corner.
I think he might have been a little bit cleaner at that end section, bringing it out wide there though, but I still made that inner clip, so.
Omar was so consistent all day long, and I mean, even at the end. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't at the very, very end, but the if you watch the first outside zone, I think Lupo Chaos just did a better job mimicking in the chase.
Lupo definitely did a better job in that first outer zone. The second outer zone, I think just right at the end, I think Omar makes that mistake, and that might cost him the first place.
It could. I mean, it really comes down to
So
splitting
close.
hairs.
Yet so far from the perfect round.
Who will it be? We have judges typing.
Oh, we got a light putting that absolute heater of a rundown.
Heater of a rundown in the background, yeah.
Yeah, this is the real winner of the comp, everyone.
Yeah, big shout outs to Tofu and production for spending their Saturday putting this together. All right, and we have one vote. Going to Omar, and we have 2 votes going to Lupo. Lupo is our round 1 winner for SRDL Part 1, Round 1.
Yay, Lupo! Congratulations, man. Good work tonight.
Congratulations, Lupo. Way to go. Thank you all for coming out and driving. Thank you all for coming out and showing some support. And we will see you next time. Pay attention in the Discord, drivers, for the chat. Any announcements coming up? We will get scores out tomorrow. Give us the rest of the night off, please. But we'll see you next time. Reminder, round 2 coming up March 22nd. We'll see you then.